So my full week with the 2021 Genesis GV80 luxury midsize crossover SUV is just about done. So I want to give you some highlights, my experience with it, tell you some of the things I like about it, some pros and cons, some of my favorite things. So let's get started. Oh, one more thing. I will have more information on everymandriver.com to fill in the blanks of my little video here. Thanks for watching. Let's go. All right, there are a couple of powertrains with the GV80. By the way, this is the first SUV in this Genesis brand. It is the luxury arm of Hyundai. There's three other vehicles that are smaller than this one, but this is the only SUV they have, and I think they did a great job. It's finally nice to have an SUV in the Genesis lineup. So a couple of powertrains. There's a 2.5 liter turbo. That one is a 4-cylinder, gets like 300 horsepower. And was at 311 in terms of pound-feet of torque. We have the 3.5 liter twin turbo, 375 horses, 391 pound-feet of torque. It's a V6. This is super powerful, very smooth and quiet when you're driving. And there's tons of technology, which I'll show you on the inside. But this is what it looks like. Not much to see, but now you've seen it. Now the base trim level gets 19-inch wheels. We have the top trim level. This gets 22, and they look really sharp. I also like the horizontal parallel headlights up front. Kind of a big grille. It really stands out to let you know this is different. I don't know if this is a theme or not, but again, horizontal here, horizontal parallel lights there. Coming back here, got the horizontal parallel lights that wrap around the end. Those exhaust tips are real. So twin exhaust tips. This is all-wheel drive. You have the option with front wheel or all-wheel drive with the 2.5 liter, but this, when you go to 3.5, you get all-wheel drive as standard. Nice slope to it. There's also the option of a third row. We just have the 2-row. Now, if you go with 3 rows, you're going to sacrifice leg room, obviously, for those third row passengers, as well as the cargo volume. Speaking of cargo volume, there's a couple of ways to open it. Let me use the button here. So here's your cargo volume. Quite massive. So can you imagine if they had a third row, you did a third row option, what you would be doing back here? It'd be horrible. Now, this is one touch. In some vehicles, you have to hold that button down. Probably the cheaper vehicles, non-luxury, but you just press the button once and that row folds down to increase your cargo quite a bit. You can basically double your cargo volume. Do the same thing over there if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Below the floorboard, you've got some space that you want to take advantage of if you want. They got a tire mobile kit there. So some options, and push button here to close it down. I really do like how wide that is and how much space is in the back. I do think it's kind of cool they have actual exhaust tips. One of the vehicles I had recently, one was fake, the other one was real. But everything's for looks sometimes, isn't it? It's all about design, catching your eye. In my just arrived video, people were commenting on the cool green color. This is Cardiff green, C-A-R-D-I-F-F green. That's the name of the exterior color. They have other colors, but that's the one I got. I'm pretty impressed with the backseat legroom and headroom. Loving these quilted leather seats. Even in the base trim level, which is 50 grand, this is 72 loaded top line. The base trim level is so comparable. You get a lot for your money compared to the competition. So this seat, unfortunately, does slide back. Let's see if I can almost turn the car on. All right, that's my driving position. So now this is a realistic look at legroom in the back seat. So me at 5'11", which is the average size male adult, this is what it looked like with me sitting behind myself, if that was my position up front, which it is. And headroom is fantastic. We got double sunroof, moonroofs here with the touch of a button. They will both open up. They come together this way, kind of interesting. And they've got a vanity mirror here, as well as right there for people who want to check themselves out. So headroom, there's your headroom. Super nice. Midsize, huh? Check it out, midsize, and there's tons of headroom. And here is some other technology back here, which is good. So USB there, plug in there, which is great for people who want to work mobily and plug in their laptops, for example. The climate controls in the back. And this allows you to slide the chairs forward and back. So if the person in the back needs some more room, they can do that from the back. Now I mentioned the quilted seat backs. It's also in the front seat, but also the textures on top here, the suede headliner. So they really have done a good job giving this so many luxury touches and features. Of course, I have the top trim level, even these, so to keep the sun out. The fold down armrest has cup holders here that come out like that. Now this bench seat here, of course, it breaks down into sections. I showed you when I pulled that down. Really comfortable. I mean, I'm trying to give you my highlights. This is kind of interesting. Got like a closed hanger knob there, so if you want to put your, your dry cleaning, you can do that. A few more impressive features inside this. Again, I'm just going to tell you, some of the highlights of what I experienced this week. This is kind of hard to see, but this is a 3D digital instrument cluster. The way you look around, you can kind of see how it's 3D once you get in person. I don't think the video is going to give it its due justice, but it's pretty sweet looking. And this, one of my favorite things, 14.5 inches across. Big enough for myself and the passenger. It is touchscreen. Slide those over. Isn't that nice? This is super cool. Got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you just plug in your USB right there next to that wireless charging pad. Either way, plug it in, and then you can control up there or go wireless. This knob here changes everything on that. Here's a better view. So here you go. Isn't that cool? Here's some of the technology with the heads-up display. Can you kind of see that there in the center? Yep, so you can see the car and lane lines. Whenever you have the lane departure alert or lane keeping assist activated, you can see that pretty well, as well as the speed. And driving is super smooth. I mean, it feels like a heavy car. Maybe it's just because it's so solid and well planted on the ground. It takes corners well. There's very little body roll that I've noticed, and plenty of visual space. Nothing really blocking or obstructing my view. Everything's in a good place visually, as you can see with the infotainment screen, and of course the digital cluster right in front of me. So yeah, rolling nice. Different drive modes, and I'll go over here. This came in handy recently because we had snow, and now we have no snow, but sport, comfort, snow, eco, plenty of drive modes to take advantage of what this car can do. Technology-wise, they got the steering assist, which is great for driving down the road. It really does a great job keeping you within the lane. Almost forces you to stay in the lane if you take your hand off. You can feel that. There's also lane departure over here. The Bluetooth option on the left side of the steering wheel. I got some negative feedback on TikTok and Instagram that people didn't like the steering wheel layout. Just kind of a weird oval look. A lot more space here with the large Genesis emblem. I don't know why, but it's pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't get in the way. I mean, everything's straightforward with the dials for volume, cruise control. It's fine to me. Even paddle shifters on top right there. Here's another cool piece of technology. Turn signal right, look in the instrument cluster. Camera below the right side mirror illuminates there. Going left, shows up over there. Both sides. By pressing this camera button here, take a look. You can see this options look all the way around the car for you. And there's different options there. I'm just using this to turn around. So if I went here, let's see, go to that side, press in, and now you get different views. Those are underneath the side mirrors. So it's just really smart and very easy. It's so beautiful how wide that is. And the climate controls, you just got to press. There's a little bit of a vibration when you touch it, so it lets you know that you've touched it and it's going to be working. Heated seats, heated steering wheel for both passenger and driver, meaning the heated and ventilated seats, not the steering wheel. Looking down here, they've got storage underneath the center armrest area, so you can put something down there if you want. In addition to, I've used this as a nice little tray for my phone or my keys or whatever else I want, but they've got other storage. It's kind of hidden and smart to utilize all the space inside the car, and just the beautiful touches. It really is a great first effort for their luxury SUVs from Genesis. Some of the competition, the Audi RS8, the Volvo XC90, the BMW X5 and X6 if you want. When it comes to those vehicles, this one has a starting price at 50 grand going up to 72. very smart in terms of economic value in a luxury midsize SUV crossover. I know it's a Genesis and people are going to freak out about, oh, it's really a Hyundai, and I don't believe in Hyundai, I don't believe in Kia because I'm a snob when it comes to brands or logos or emblems. You got to get past that. You got to drive these things before you pass judgment just based on the exterior. But when you look at the exterior of this vehicle, there's no doubt that you know you're looking at a luxury vehicle. You're just kind of curious, who's that by? By Genesis, the luxury arm of Hyundai. So get past it. Wake up. It's not a big deal. It's just a car name. It's the quality that counts. Great warranty, great safety. I'm not sure what I'd say negative about this, besides it's just their first effort. And they've done a great job on knocking it out of the park, in my opinion, on their first luxury SUV from Hyundai, which is now Genesis.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.